So let's start the webinar. This week we're going to talk about the database hygiene. So we're going to talk about the contacts in our database, which contacts are good enough to stay in our database, and which contacts are actually garbage. So at the very beginning, when you start working with marketing automation, platforms, so basically what you're going to do is probably to import your contacts. As you know, in Sales Manager, you can also do that by importing Excel documents or a CSV file. However, sometimes there are situations when you as a person responsible for marketing automation campaign, you received a document from someone else in your company, or maybe you've just sorted these documents and collected the data for a long time, so you're not sure whether those contacts are still interested in your offer, or they are the contacts that might be even deleted from the database. Of course, at the very beginning of your campaign, you need to make sure that you analyze those contacts, because we're not going to collect a huge database of unnecessary information, right? So how this kind of inaccurate data can hurt your company? So first of all, increasing volume of your database without bringing any value. Because basically, even if in Sales Manager, the license consists of the payment consists of number of contacts in the database. So imagine the situation when you have to pay a lot more money, uh, even here for the unnecessary contacts. I'm sure that's not the aim. That's not our aim. Also, if you're going to, let's say, activate Facebook campaigns where you need to pay for the contacts you're activating campaign to, and then you will activate the campaign for unnecessary contacts where you pay once again, and I'm sure that we want to prevent such kind of situation. Then the next point over here is overshedding real data, and this is one of the main problems, because let's say that you have one contact and you have a lot of different information about this one contact. Okay, then starting from the name, surname, and the age information, and going up to the size of the shoes or the dress. Then when you're going to activate the campaign, you are going to decide which data is the most important right now for this specific campaign. Is it right? And sometimes if you have a lot of data, like too much, then it's difficult to analyze whether for this specific campaign you will need age information, or maybe the information about the quick product will be more suitable in this case. So this is just an example of the information about one contact, but the same goes for the database you have. Because over here, when you're going to run your campaigns, you will see analytics for the sent messages. You will see the analysis of the purchases made on your website, etc. And if you have lots of unnecessary contacts, they will just lower your analytics result, and basically you will not be able to read them properly. Then, of course, lowering your reputation. And here I even marked you the word spammer, because basically if you're going to send out an email to, let's say, 1,000 contacts, then if those contacts are real contacts, and if there are lots of them who are going to open your emails, that's going to be perfect. But if lots of your contacts are not interested, then they may block you because they don't want any emails from you. They may delete your messages. They may complain, and actually lots of them are going to be unreal messages, so that you're going to send emails to the unreal addresses. So as you can see right now, right here, a lot of problems are caused by the inaccurate data. And the last point, but of course not least, is the wasting time of your salespeople. Speaking about the usage of marketing automation in B2B companies, in companies where you have the sales department which are going to contact your potential clients, then the main purpose of marketing automation is actually to launch those like marketing and sales department. When marketing department analyzes the contacts we do have, right? And from those 100% of contacts, marketing department will be able to segment for sales people only those, let's say, 20% of contacts who are really interested, and then sales department going to contact only those interested ones. So that the situation where salespeople were considered as the annoying people who are just calling and trying to make it buy something, and we're going from this model to the new model with the help of market automation, where salespeople call the really interested contact, they have the communication, everything is perfect and smoothly going. But still, it's like the great model of the good campaign. But if you're going to have contact, I'm not really interested, but still marketing department contacts them, salespeople are trying to work on those potential clients, on those leads, then basically, believe me, you will receive lots of complaints. If someone does not want to have any information from you, you need to make sure that, yeah, okay, you get it, you know about this, and you're not going to contact such person. So now, as we've discussed the problems that may occur from the unquality of database, let's now analyze how we can prevent such a situation, what we can do in such kind of situation. So first thing here is the prevention is better than cure, and here is specified contact forms. Of course, contact forms is the best way for you to collect new contacts. And now let's go to the system and see how we can create contact forms in Sales Manager. I'm going to use the wizard on the left side of the screen and go to the contact forms. In Sales Manager, you can define 4 different types how you want this contact form to appear on your website. You can choose the landing page, you can do it in iframe, sidebar, or pop-up. So landing page is a dedicated page for getting new contacts. I'm going to call them leads. So just for information, lead is a contact who showed interest in your service or your product. Okay, so it's kind of like the step before the potential client. So this is the first thing you can do is to create a landing page. This landing page by default may be on a Sales Manager domain, but if you want to be on your own domain, you can easily do that in this create. Then you can also display your form as a simple iframe. So if you choose this method, then as the name says, you will just generate the frame code and you will place it on your website, the specific place you need it to be. Then we have sidebar. And here in the image you have presented that it's going to be also the static part. It's going to be usually on the left side, right side of the screen. Sometimes it's also on the very bottom of the screen. And as you can, sidebar looks like the panel which always is placed on the website. But if you click on this panel, then you will see the form, so that your contact will be able to activate the form on the most suitable moment for him. And the last thing is the pop-up. I guess the most common and known for all of you, this is going to be the huge, I would say, window appearing on main, the very middle of the screen, and just including the contact form. It may include, of course, as always, some graphics, links, etc. There is also a thing like an exit pop-up. Basically, the way it's going to look like is the same as the standard pop-up, but different is going to be the way of displaying exit one. So if your contact is going to close the tab with your website, then the exit pop-up will appear. And usually you can send information like couldn't find what you were looking for. So not a problem. Leave us your contact details, specify your interest, and we'll call you back, for example. So some call to actions and some offers to encourage your contacts to stay on the website. So which way of displaying contact forms is the best one? There is actually no answer for this question. It depends on the website and the information you're asking for, and and of course on the look of your website. If you're going to do, let's say, the registration for the event, then of course you're going to create a dedicated landing page for that. iframe you may place whenever you want. So basically, the iframe codes may be displayed in some other tools you have on the website or within the text. So it's just the code you can place. Sidebar is great when, for example, when you want to give your contact the opportunity to leave the details so that you can contact them back. Let's say we will call you back, and then contact clicks on that, leaves his email address and the phone number, and then you receive information that you need to contact this person. An exit pop-up for every other situation. Let's take a look at their pop-up settings. Here, with the help of the wizard, you will go through the very first stage of creation, the contact form itself. Then we will go to the stage of the thank you page creation. We will also define the confirmation email. We'll define where exactly our pop-up is going to be displayed, and then we'll go to summary of our settings. At the very beginning, here we have the selection of the type of our pop-up, so standard or exit one, and so standard. So the form name, the main owner of the new leads, and here it's going to be user account in the system. You can actually enter your Google Analytics ID to track it in your Google Analytics. And then you have two ways. You can create contact form in drag and drop email, or in drag and drop creator, or in an HTML creator. For now, I will just go with an HTML creator, and I will choose one of our templates. Then we will have to define the thank you page, so that after your contact fulfills, we need to display him something so that he knows that, okay, everything is great, we are proceeded, and everything works fine. So just thank you for subscribing to our newsletter. Of course, we can preview how it's going to look like. Of course, we can manage all these pop-up settings, background properties, etc. We can actually activate the example view. And over here, we're going to set up the confirmation email. What is important is that in Sales Manager we prefer the double opt-in system. Double opt-in means they confirm when the contact has to confirm his subscription, so that it's not only when contact fulfills the form, clicks submit, but also he will need to confirm the subscription. Why are we doing this? You know, actually in practice, lots of contacts who are going to fulfill your form, unfortunately, will may leave unreal information, and then they will land in our database. We will we'll activate our campaign for those unreal email addresses, and we're going to go back at the very beginning of our presentation. So unnecessary data, which has bad influence on our strategy. Which is why we're doing the double opt-in. We know that contacts really exist, that they are interested, and we activate campaign form. So I'm doing the confirmation email subject, so please confirm the subscription. I'm doing the accounts, and then we start with with a sample template. What you should remember about here when you're creating the confirmation email. Of course, this is only email you can send out without an opt-out link. You need to include only opt-in link. But the most important is that you cannot send any marketing content in the confirmation email. They're still not subscribed to your newsletter. The only graphics that is allowed here is the logo of your company. And that you can use really simple personalization. Like for example, as you can see here, the name. Of course, you can do that, but no other details. So remember that, let's say if you're proposing some discounts, then the discount coupon also is going to be sent out to your contact in the next message after he subscribes to the newsletter. And then we have the final settings. So we're adding the tag to the contacts who fill in the form and the tag for the ones who confirmed their subscription. Remember to add the tags over here because with the help of those tags you will activate the campaign later on. So for example, you're doing the tag confirms pop-up main page. Also, just one trick here is that you don't like in some period of time you will have more tags in the system and you will activate more advanced campaigns. So make sure that the tags you are assigning are really simple to read and that you will understand what does this tag mean in the future. And the final settings. So where exactly your pop-up is going to be displayed is going to be the target group. We can target it for the anonymous or identified contacts or even both. And the timing of display, also really important step because you need to set up, for example, the time delay of the pop-up so that it's not going to be displayed immediately. I personally went to one website, I tried to read an article, and in like let's say 10 seconds, the huge pop-up appeared and they asked me if I wanted to receive more information about on this topic. And to be honest, my first reaction to that was like, not really, not now. I'm still reading. I don't know whether I like your article or not. So in order not to have such kind of situations, remember to set up the timing here. And of course, the frequency of use. And now you're saving your pop. Once it is saved, it's going to appear here in the wizard contact forms on the main list. In order to display pop-ups on the website, you will need the special code to be placed on the website. Remember about this. Okay, so now we know how we can acquire new contacts. Of course, contact forms is one of the ways to deal with this. We also do have the model in here in website marketing. For example, the events management, where you can create the registration for the event, for example, you're organizing, also as one of the possibilities. Okay, so now we're starting acquiring new contacts, which is perfect, and we start getting new contacts. To be honest, usually I receive questions like whether it is possible to, if you have, for example, your online store and contacts need to fulfill the form with their email address when they're making the purchase, and then sometimes you may need to save these contacts as an opt-in contact, so subscribed contacts in the system. Of course, if you're going to add information on your website that this email address is going to be used in marketing purposes and contacts will agree to this, then of course you will be able to transfer them to the system as an opt-in contact, subscribed, and send such kind of emails to them. However, it's not highly recommended because sometimes contacts just do that because they want to make the purchase and then they don't really want to receive offers. Moreover, what's like the really common mistake is that you receive the email address of this contact from the purchase list, and then you're starting sending emails about the product this contact bought, and you're doing this all the time. You have this contact this way segmented in the system, and you're just happy that you have such kind of personalization. Unfortunately, it's not always like this. Sometimes, even if contact bought one product, it doesn't mean he's interested in the same one. So, for example, we have the online store with the clothes, and me as a woman, I went to your store and I made the purchase of the men's t-shirt because I was looking for the present for my friend. And now I made one purchase of the men's clothes, and you're starting sending me emails all the time about the men's promotions, about the men's sales, etc. But believe me, I'm not interested in this anymore. So after the second email or the third one, I'm going to unsubscribe your newsletter. This is why I've written here that it's kind of a risky move. Even like if you decide to do that, because you're absolutely allowed to do that if they agree, then if you decide to do that, make sure that you can analyze, you ask them what do they want to do, you analyze their behavior, so you don't really start personalized campaigns at the very beginning of your communication. Okay, so what else are we going to do to increase the quality of the database? Of course, the CRM. The CRM, why? Because here all this data, which I've just mentioned about the visits, about the preferences, about the clicked links, so everything actually is going to be saved on the contact card. And this data we are going to use about the contact but also with the help of the CRM, we will be able to know what contacts are interested, are not interested in the system. We have the possibility to use the sales funnel to segment the contacts from the level of the new contact in the system to the level of new clients and maybe loyal clients. Re-engagement campaigns. Yeah, it's also a little bit, it may sound a bit crazy that even if you know that some contacts maybe may not be still interested, you are not sure. Okay, you do not have to delete those contacts immediately if you're not sure, but you need to make sure first if they want to stay or not. And then if you see that they're not interested indeed, just delete them. But some of them, believe me, are going to be reactivated. You can do that if you launch the proper campaign. For this purpose, you can use lots of different tools over here. But the most common, I guess, is here to going by automation processes and workflow creator. So you're going over here, and we are starting a new workflow. With the help of the workflow creator, we will be able to create some kind of lead nurturing processes. We will be able to analyze the contacts who actually are interested in our mailing, who are not interested anymore. You can do that with the help, of course, of the simple sent emailing analytics, with the help of automation rules, emails analytics, etc. But this is one of the possibilities. So let's say that uh, now we use the sales funnels as the previous point with the CRM. So we use sales funnels to segment the contacts, we use tags, etc. And we are going to re-engage the contact activity. So what I'm going to do, let's say as an event, I have the contact who was added in the stage of the funnel. And in this funnel, I will just add, for example, contacts that might be not interested. Okay, so you're adding them to this stage of the funnel, and you activate the workflow to them. And now, as an action, you're going to send out your first email to those contacts. So the first email is sent. Now, you're going to check whether those contacts opened your email or not with the help of condition. So you check this, and if contact opened, you are sending another email to the contact. If not, then, for example, you're adding tag to the contact. And then again, if you're sending here the email, in the conditions, you're checking whether this contact opens. And again, if yes, you're sending the next message. And if not, the same tag. And etc. etc. So let's say you can create such kind of campaigns of 5 emails where you check the content. You may not add the tag out immediately. You may still send out a message. And then if contact does not open your third message, then okay, add tag, just stop the campaign. If you see that your contacts they do not open your emails, like the third email you're trying to send to reactivate them, they're not opening, then as the last email, you may send a special offer for them. You actually may do that, you may try. And if you're going to make the offer to them. You will create a really valuable email for them, and they're still not going to open it, then just forget about those contacts. Then when you're going to add this tag at the very end of your campaign, you will have some amount of contacts with this tag, and you will be able easily just to delete the contacts with this tag. And you will see that some of the contacts will actually proceed the campaign till the very end. I'm not showing you the technical side of the workflow in this presentation, but of course, just the important thing is that remember that every workflow has to be ended with the end button. And of course, over here, I haven't added the timing, but you'll have to add the timings with the help of the wait icon. And you can activate such kind of process in the workflow creator. You activate it, of course, do the settings with the name, and you save your workflow. So the next step over here is going to is called react to bounces. You know, when you're going to send out your campaigns, your email campaigns, you will see in the sent email analytics the results about the soft and hard bounces occurred. Let's take a look at the system. So let's now go to the email marketing and over here send email link analytics. From this stage, I just want you to show you how exactly you will get to this. So basically, when you're sending your emails and you're going to send email link analytics, at the very bottom of this page, you will see the details of each specific sending. So I'm going to go to one of them to show you where the bounces can be found. You go over here, and over here on the left side, you will see sent messages statistics. You will see the addresses numbers and the sent messages with this specific sending, as well as soft bounces and hard bounces occurred. So what does this mean? Soft bounces, those are temporary problems on the contact side. The most common situation is when our contact has a full inbox, and then um, we're trying to send out emails. Contact cannot receive emails anymore, so he will be able to receive emails only after he deletes some contacts, which means that we may send out other campaigns in the future to this contact. However, hard bounces are really problems with the email account or with the email address, and usually it means that the email address you're trying to send your campaign to does not exist. And the point over here is when you're seeing, if you see some hard bounces occurred, then over here you have the button who, and if you click on that, you will be redirected to the list of the contacts where exactly the hard bounces took place. So that from this stage, you will be able to delete the contacts. I'm showing you on a demo account, so it's a little different. But on your account, you will see here the contacts. You will be able to stick them basically, and click delete, and delete permanently, and you click OK, and contacts have been deleted. Those contacts don't have real email addresses. Don't keep them in your database. They will just make you a really bad influence on you. Okay. So, from my side on this specific topic, I've mentioned all of the most important things to remember about over here. If you have questions to me, please feel free to ask. Ask your questions on the chat window. I'm checking it. So if you have anything I can help you right now, I can explain you right now, please let me know and we'll discuss it together. Meanwhile, I want to show you the Sales Manager e-learning platform. I'm not sure if all of you already registered on this platform, which is why let me send you the link. You can normally easily register to this platform. Of course, it's absolutely free and available for use. Here you have the link. This learning platform will give you an access to the 10 lessons course and all the needed educational materials for you. So if you want to know more about the market automation, the usage of market automation, and the usage of sales management system itself, you will find all the necessary information over here. Like today we have gone through the contact forms, but still really smoothly and still without any details. We went through the workflow, and of course if you want to use the workflow, you will need more technical information. So let's say you will just go to the platform, you will find the lesson number 4, and over here you will find workflow creator. So you click on the movie, you preview the movie. This movie covers all the material you need to know to use the feature. You'll also have here the complementary materials like the dictionaries, frequently asked questions. What is great is that right now you have the possibility to receive the Sales Manager Marketing Automation Specialist Certificate absolutely for free. The only thing you need to do is to complete the test over here on the learning platform. Just make sure you receive the high result and receive your certificate. Of course, we'll send you out the paper version of it, all the electronic material, and you will be able to use it in your LinkedIn profile, your website, whenever you need it. So this is one important thing, and there is also another really important thing for you, which I want to cover today, is that we're launching new ways of meetings, I would say, with our clients. And from this month, we are going to organize absolutely free live trainings for you in our office, and it's going to be actually in Poland, in Krakow, and it's going to be one day training where it's going to be the technical training, where we will make the setup of the system. So that if you need more technical stuff, if you need to work with us at the very beginning of your campaign, then you are more than welcome to join us. Over here on this page, you have all the description of the training program. You have the possibility to register, and I'm going to share with you my email address so that if you have seconds, so that if you have any questions regarding the system, regarding the strategy, I don't know, some problems, some questions about the e-learning platform, or you need more information on the training materials, you're more than welcome to contact me, and I will do my best to help you out. So that's it from my side from today for today. Thank you so much, all of you, for your attendance on the webinar. I don't see any questions from you. I don't know, maybe unfortunate, or maybe it's just because everything is clear. I hope so. So thank you so much. Have a good afternoon, and I'll look forward to meeting with you on the next time. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.